what kind of conversation this is about to be? A real one. I'm at a point where I'm just like exhausted. And I'm not necessarily exhausted because of, my life is not where it's supposed to be. No, this ain't even that. This is the whole people thing. So we're going to talk about people today. Is that okay with you? Because one piece about healing is you also have to be self-aware about how you feel about people. You also have to be aware of how other people make you feel. And you also have to be aware of situations you no longer need to be in, no longer need to allow. It's almost like we are in such crazy times that being self-aware is almost a requirement in order for you to survive. And I want to tap into that people aspect. Can I do that real quick? I'm at a point where I'm exhausted. I'm talking about straight up people, how people act and what people do that affects you and not realizing that it affects you and things like that. One major thing when it comes down to healing is self-awareness for me. I talk about it a lot on this channel. Self-awareness looks like understanding how people make you feel, what the issue is when it comes down to people, understanding how you make other people feel, so that you can sleep well at night. Because some people still sleep well at night knowing how bad they treat people. But self-awareness is, you know what, I shouldn't have said that, so let me apologize. Or, you know what, I shouldn't have done that. So you get convicted more. And what's really missing in this world is conviction. A lot of people just don't care enough. A lot of people are on literal demon time. And I'm confused with that. And I'm irritated by that. And I'm also almost jaded by that. And I am not okay. So is it okay, like, if we talk about this for a second and talk about people? So y'all know I'm on this healing journey. All things healing when it comes to mental, physical, spiritual, emotional, social, financial, etc., etc., etc. However, today I'm focused on the social aspect. People have caused so much damage, and I'm not even doing like a whole pity me. This is not that type of video. This type of video is one of those like, I feel like the dude from that Tyler Perry film where he aired it out on Why Did I Get Married? He aired it out at the table and people do not like him. I feel like that because people do so much damage to you and they don't even realize what you do to me is now a part of my story. So when I air it out and when I share my experience that I've had with you, you shouldn't be ashamed, or you shouldn't be, oh, why are you telling people my business? No. This is how you treated me. So I have every right to share because this is a part of my story. You get what I'm saying? I'm at a point where I'm tired of trying to save and protect people's egos. I'm tired of trying to help people save face. Sometimes I don't like to tell my story about certain things and about certain people because of the simple fact that I don't want to share it. It may not look good on for their image, or I don't want to tell the truth about how I really feel because it may not be good for their image. At the end of the day, they did it. It's time for people to start holding themselves accountable. We are literally at a point in time when it comes to our country that self-awareness and understanding how other people treat other people, awareness in general, is almost a requirement. If you are not aware of what's going on in this world, it's like you might not make it. That's really how I feel about it. And so at this point, I'm just tired of like trying to save people. I had a conversation with God one day and I said, okay, so like, what is the point of all this? Because you get brought to a place that you didn't really ask to be. Then you got to do survival, stuck in survival mode almost all your life if you're not paying attention, just to make ends meet and survive, just for you to die and leave with nothing that you worked hard for. Like, what is the point of all this? I'm confused. So like, at this point, what's my purpose, right? And so I had a conversation with God, and God is saying like, heal. Your purpose is to heal. Heal through laughter, heal through conversations, heal through your voice and your words, because how you speak, I need you to be mindful of the things that you say. But I'm also in a space where I should write a tell-all book because some people really got me messed up. A lot of things we go through for the sake of helping other people, but I'm about to tell you about yourself. That's how I'm gonna help you. Okay, I'm about to tell other people about yourself. That's how I'm gonna help you. And it's like, I'm really tired of trying to make other people feel comfortable when I'm uncomfortable as hell. I keep trying to give people pillows for their soft landing. I'm tired of trying to give people an out. Obviously, God is a God who gives us grace. And so he wants us to extend the same type of grace that we give. But some of that stuff, we try and get in the way of other people's like karma, or some people have to go through certain things on their own. Like, and we keep trying to save people. And I'm saying we, speaking from me, but I also know that other people have done this before. But I'm just tired of giving people who do so much damage a soft place to land. On my channel, I say a soft place to land for all things healing. What I'm referring to is I'm tired of giving people a soft place to land when they don't even know or recognize that they're causing damage. I'm tired of providing a soft place to land for people who are hurting people intentionally, unintentionally, mainly intentionally. There are a lot of people who are aware that they are causing more damage than good, causing more harm than good. There are a lot of people who are aware of that. And you know what they say? This is who I am. This is me, and I'm not changing it. Oh, well. And that causes the people who are so kind-hearted, that causes them to turn into people who be on demon time. And then it's like the world is just going through this cycle. Now, I'm sharing because I want to share. I'm sharing because I hope this resonates with a few people, for the people who are kind of tired of doing the same thing that I'm doing. Yes, this is my vent, but like, how can we move forward? So this is going to be that kind of video too, because I'm going to be in the same position y'all in, but like, how can we move forward so that we're not the ones causing more damage to other people? I know that when it comes down to your relationship with other people, how are you presenting yourself? Like, how is your human experience? How is your overall human experience when it comes down to helping and healing other people? Like, are you truly helping? Are you being authentic to you? Are you being transparent and vulnerable as best as you can be? Or are people clocking it like, no, that's not really, I didn't like how she did that. She always posting Bible scriptures, but she really don't stand on the fact that you got to love everybody and you got to treat everybody with love and respect, and you got to also love yourself. I'm in a space where I'm trying to learn how to do that. I'm trying to be a great human being, because I know that when I'm a great human being and I exude that, other people can start being great human beings as well. I say can start. I didn't say they will start, but it's a start, okay? I'm also tired of like biting my tongue. If you all could see my insides, it almost looks like a ticking time bomb right now in this moment. It's a ticking time bomb. And for my relationships, family, dating, I have been in situations where men are in competition with me. And my main issue is men right now. I'm tired of trying to help men save face. I'm tired of trying to not share the truth on men for the simple fact that I don't want to hurt them. I'm talking about men right now. I've experienced these things from women as well, but right now I'm talking about the men because that's the space I'm in. In the past couple of days, I've had to hold my tongue and not share how I'm feeling for the sake of this may cause more trauma, or for the sake of don't be bringing up old stuff, but there are some situations that, when you get into a situation and people say, you got to let me know when I'm doing that next time, bring it to my attention. And then when you bring it to their attention, trying to have a conversation, it's like, well, why are you bringing up old stuff? I did that in the past. Like, okay, well, how can we move forward and things like that? But they're not trying to move forward. Y'all, I deserve the vent because I'm truly exhausted. When it comes down to men, I'm also tired of them thinking we're in competition. How are you in competition with me? Especially dating men during this time. How are we in competition? I'm on your team. For example, I was talking to somebody and I said, well, how you gonna feel when I get famous? Playing. I play too much, y'all. I'm joking. I know I'm going to be in the limelight, but as far as how, I have no idea. Well, I said, how will you feel when I get famous? He turned it around and said, how you gonna feel when I get famous? Okay, I think you're taking this a little bit too serious. And that's gonna be a whole nother story time. But dude was in competition with me. His soul literally hated me. I can't even explain why, but there was a light that I was exuding. I believe there was a light that I was exuding, and his darkness did not like that. Didn't like it at all, to the point where there were some similarities between us, because I think he started mirroring me. What are we in competition for? Again, tired of saving face. I'm about to air it out. That's how I feel. I'm about to air it out. So in this space, I had a conversation with my sister, and she brought up a wonderful, wonderful point. She said, I'm basically in a space where I'm trying to handle the concept of finding strength in my silence, because some people deserve to get cursed out. Some people need to get cursed out. Some people need to get yelled at and fussed at so they can hear you. A lot of people can't hear you until they get cussed out. So she said, I'm in a process of finding strength in my silence. And I think that was extremely profound because I didn't understand the concept of you don't always have to tell people what you're thinking. And in my mind, I said, but that's not being vulnerable. That's not being transparent. But there are ways to go about all of this. And the fact that I've been trying not to curse people out for the past few months has been heavy on me, and that is why I'm here making this video. I've saved a lot of people. Y'all know how y'all could crash out and go crazy. I've saved a lot of people by not crashing out. And because of that, sometimes you walk away feeling like, well, I should have said something then. If I'm going to be the one who is still affected by this and they walking around like nothing happened, I should have said something then. I should have cussed them out, and I probably even should have knocked some sense into them. You understand what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it hurts. It hurts my feelings. It's almost like an internal battle because you're being in a position where you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, or not even that. You're in a position where you're stuck between the new person you're trying to be, the old person you're trying to be, and it's stuck in the middle where I'm trying to go to the new person. I'm trying to be in my new, but there is something very familiar and comfortable with my old. So that creates an internal battle and internal warfare for me because you should be getting cussed out right now because that's transparency and that's vulnerability to me. But then she's on this side saying, why? It won't matter. You gonna get all riled up and people are still want to do what they do. You get cussed out, all you gonna be looked at as the bad person who cussed them out when they're not gonna understand why, because people aren't aware like that. Self-awareness is truly a gift. And one of my gifts that God shared was like, I'm a giver, right? But my challenge is, how do you give to people who are takers? What do you do when God assigns you to give to people who don't have the capacity to give back? There are some people in this world who God will assign you to give this love, to show kindness, and to show vulnerability when God literally didn't design that person to give it back. And I don't think people understand how devastating and how heavy that is. These past few months, I have been assigned with giving to takers, and that's annoying. And I don't think people necessarily know how heavy that is, because a lot of times we give subconsciously thinking we'll get something in return, or we'll get a safe space in return, or we'll get protection, security, love back, but we don't. My assignment right now at this moment is to show someone God's love through me. This is somebody who has trauma. This is somebody who has never experienced the kind of love I provide. So now your experience from the past is making you become hardened. Your heart is hardened. So now I have to still be me. Try to be human, but not too much. But still be me and not crash out. Still show love. Still show that unconditional. That's taxing. And before I said, well, God has given me this love and I know it'll never run out. So it's not like my love can be depleted. Like God will literally keep replenishing this love because he gave it. He's my source. I'm getting it from him. But I didn't think about the fact that I could still be burnt out in other ways. I don't want to be met with resistance, physical, mental, spiritual, emotional resistance when you assign me to love somebody. So I'm in the process of trying to figure out what it looks like for God to assign me with the task of giving to takers. It's an assignment. How do I know it's an assignment? It's almost like a knowing for me. It's a feeling for me. And it's almost like something that keeps tugging on me. It's like something that won't let me move on without it. The situations also keep coming back up. If I respond in a negative way, God is like, this is how I need you to do it. And I have now learned what it looks like to hear God's voice. I'm not entirely sure what happened when it came to my microphone and my recording. It just shut off on me, possibly because I was talking that good stuff. So I wanted to tap into, how did I know that it was an assignment? So basically I have been in the process of trying to hear God's voice in different ways. And I have been having my money meetings with God. So I would bring up my journal document on my computer and ask God a question. And basically just allow him space to talk. At first, it obviously starts with me typing, just saying things that I know from the Bible and things like that. But the rest comes from him. And it's just our conversation, our time to talk, to get to the real about what's been going on. A lot of times I say, okay, so what do you have to tell me about my finances this week? But a lot of times he has shared that love is currency. So he talks about relationship as well. So when I say it's an assignment, I'm literally talking about God told me to do it based on our conversations. So I want to share this so that you all can know how I'm feeling, because I'm also very much so human. And during this season of trying to heal, you will also be faced with moments where you have every right to feel like you should go back to the old person you used to be. But this is also going to be one of those videos that tells you to keep pressing and to keep pushing to the new person you are trying to become. Because at the end of the day, there will always be tests. But once you understand the patterns of the enemy, it's easier for you to move forward with grace. So if you guys like this kind of video, let me know in the comments. Let me know how y'all feel about this type of topic. Have you all ever experienced what I've shared throughout this video? Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and also click that subscribe button and the notification bell so you know when I post next time, okay? I appreciate y'all so much, and I love y'all. Peace.